Oh, there's a baby. That's my nephew.
Oh,
Welcome
Crap.
to the Eternia Archives weekly podcast, where we discuss current and historical gaming topics that are of interest to us and our followers on social media. If you like our content, consider hitting that thumbs up icon, subscribing to our channels, following us on Twitter, and joining our Discord server with the invite link in the video description. With that out of the way, following up on the Twitter topic, all of us have active social media accounts, so make sure to follow me at Callie_Zath for Callie Chronicles. Ain?
hey, Ianashi here. And you can find me at Ianashi on Twitter and YouTube. My channel is mostly about I like Monster. My Nintendo DS collection going for complete collection. My game room, unboxings, reselling, my reselling journey, pickups, and soon very live game hunting and stuff like that for reselling and personal collections.
All right. I'm Nick with Heat Haze Gaming. You can find me on YouTube. I've got mostly streams. I've done an unboxing, and I'll be doing some reviews here soon on everything that I'm working on. So, on to you, Red.
So my name is Rad, and you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram under Rad Console Gaming. I do JRPG stuff, gaming stuff in general, reviews, let's plays, ranking, a lot of stuff over there. So yeah, feel free to join.
All right, and I'm Lane. I'm known as the Laneinator on YouTube. I also do mostly JRPG content reviews, pickups, and rambling vlogs. So if you're interested, come hang out. With all of our introductions out of the way, briefly, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are on Anchor now. So with that means if you're enjoying listening to the podcast here on YouTube, or you're not able to make the live stream for whatever reason, if it's more convenient for you, know that we are on Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify now. So come listen to us over there. So our topics for this week. First up, if you tuned into our episode last week, we are giving away a copy of Breath of Fire 3. For the PSP, and we are going to announce the winner of that game first up. And then for our next topic, which is a reoccurring topic for us, we are going to, everybody's going to go over and just share what they're currently playing through and what they think of it so far, how we're all liking the games we're playing. For our next topic, we are going to talk about our first Final Fantasy game. So that will be super exciting. And next, as most of you are probably aware, on Thursday we had the PlayStation State of Play. So we are going to, as a group, give our thoughts on that. And lastly, we are going to talk about our favorite RPG on the NES. This is also going to be a reoccurring topic. We are going to be going through every single console and giving our favorite RPGs on that system. Oh, and lastly, we are going to also have our recurring topic of talking about the upcoming games for the coming week and seeing if any of us have any interest in anything coming out. So with that out of the way, Ianashi, who is the winner of Breath of Fire 3?
All right, Mario, you hold Breath of Fire 3. Let me pull up the page here. And we see who is going to be the winner. It is under the finished. Competition is ended. And the winner is going to be... I wish I could actually show the picture of here. Draw one winner. And our winner is... Sarah. She retweeted.
Nice.
She's from Niagara Falls, New York. So I will reach out to you. You have your Twitter here, and I will reach out to you, and arrange a delivery of Breath of Fire 3. So our next giveaway that we're going to be doing which is currently live. If you look at the Eternia Archives Twitter account, you will actually see that it is already there. But we'll be giving away God Eater 2. It says there's a copy of God Eater 1 with it, but that's a DLC, so DLC is probably used. It does have no, there's no code, but it's probably used. But God Eater 2, and because this is a new game that's going to be coming out on the Switch, Bakugan, so you get yourself familiar with Bakugan. I'm going to include this one also. So this is going to be the next giveaway. That will end next Saturday at 7:59 p.m. on Central Time. Now, in the future, we do have some other giveaways coming. Just a little preview. We have some Chrono Cross, Yokai Watch, Populous on the DS. This Yokai Watch is sealed. Fabled Book. We got Battle Chasers on the Switch, Untold Legends on the PSP. Most likely I'll be doing bundles of games. And then this is a little bit farther off, so I have more time to actually do this. I want to get a pretty good collection I have a Retron here for the NES, and I want to get a little collection of games. So far, the games that I have included is Mario Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt won't work unless you're running on a CRT. Dragon Warrior, and Final Fantasy. I'm going to be looking out for more games, and I want to get at least a dozen games before you get to it. So at 1,000 subscribers on Eternia Archives YouTube page, I will be giving this away. We'll have a special giveaway for that. It's going to be pretty awesome. So check that one out in the future. And yeah, that's about it. So Sarah, look for my tweet to you.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to Sarah for winning Breath of Fire 3. I am super, super jealous.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you, Ayanashi, for donating all of these giveaways. That's super exciting. So stay tuned every week and keep up to date on what our giveaway is going to be.
Yeah, I'm going to be posting that in our chat right now so people could get in there a little bit sooner. So
Awesome.
Here's a little sneak for get yourself in there for God Eater 2 and Bakugan on the DS. Oh, and each one of my giveaways, I'm going to throw a random Nintendo DS game in there since I got about 50 Nintendo DS games, and I will randomly pick one. It probably will be absolute garbage, but you get it. Live with it.
You get a free DS game, and Ayanashi has one less game to deal with.
Exactly.
And try and get rid of. All right, cool. Well, that's exciting stuff. All right, so let's transition into our first topic of what are we playing and what do we think of it. Nick, do you want to start us off?
Sure, why not? I'm playing 3 different things right now, but I'm playing Persona 1 on my PSTV, revisiting a classic, and it's a classic. It's Persona, but it feels a little more closer to the S&T series than the rest do to me. But next, I'm playing Front Mission on the DS, which feels like a mech Fire Emblem ripoff, kind of. It's not anything extravagant, but it's a solid strategy RPG. And I am streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake before the internet can spoil it for me. So
Yeah,
if
seriously.
anybody wants to tune in, you can find that on my channel.
Cool, man.
Thoughts
So
on that,
the
Sarah, so
original
far?
Persona. Sorry, go ahead, Red.
No, thoughts on Final Fantasy VII Remake so far?
It's definitely a new game. It's different yet familiar. It feels a little linear in some parts and generic in others, but Final Fantasy VII was pretty linear itself, so at least till you got to the open world.
Right.
So it's kind of to be expected. So
Yeah.
that's all I've got so far, really.
So I haven't played the first Persona. You say it's more like SMT than kind of the more modern Persona. Does it still take place in kind of the high school setting like most of the
Oh yeah.
Persona games?
The only one that's outside of that is Persona 2. It's one of the two. I know there's two different versions, but one takes place out of the high school. But the first one, yeah, it's back in the high school, and you have to have the right persona, or else you're screwed by a self-destructing toilet demon. So, yeah.
Gotta love the toilet demons.
That's one way to go.
Get you every time. But yeah, it's a little more difficult than the later ones, in my opinion. Not too hard though, so it's still a Persona game. Still a Persona game.
So you said last time you were playing that on the Vita. Does that version have a few like quality of life improvements compared to like the one that came out on the PlayStation?
I think it's I honestly couldn't say because I never played the original, but I know they redid the soundtrack and it's a lot more J-poppy, but which is kind of a tonal shift from the game because it's got a lot of like dark environments and stuff, and then you've got J-pop in the background playing. So, but
cool, man. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you on Final Fantasy VII Remake. It was very linear, and at times it didn't even feel very RPG-ish to me. It felt kind of borderline action adventure game, but yeah. But,
I love the game. Yeah, I love the game. I know it has like some flaws and stuff, but I think I like this reimagining of the original.
Yeah, one thing I think my favorite thing about the game is all the scenes from the original that were reimagined. Especially a lot of the scenes with Aerith, I thought were just amazing. So definitely the best part of the game for me.
The graphics are gorgeous, if nothing else.
Yeah.
So
totally. So cool, man. Some good stuff there. Callie, what have you been playing this week?
Well, if you guys have been watching my streams at all, you'll know that I almost completely cleared Mega Man X1 on stream. Nice. We actually got the silver trophy for getting the Hadoken move. Got to the area like right before Sigma, and I was tired. I was like, I don't want to be stressed for the next hour before bed, so we stopped there. I haven't went back to it yet. So that was a successful stream. I got through Act 1 on Ghosts of Tsushima this a few hours ago.
Nice.
It's quite the story improved. So I did a top 10 PS4 RPG video that I posted this morning. You guys can go find a link on my Twitter page or just go follow my YouTube account. I know that a lot of people didn't like the order that I put certain games, but there was
your list.
There was a certain game that was on there just so you guys wouldn't kill me. So it's fine. It's great. So I did that. What else have I been playing? Did I play Fairy Tail this week? I think maybe. Oh yeah, Fall Guys. That's right. My Twitter fans.
Oh, yeah, I watched that.
So I'm starting a new thing on Twitter every week. So on Tuesday, I'm gonna put a post of 4 games that's gonna stay up all day Tuesday and up till I get off work on Wednesday. I'm gonna list 4 games, and whatever my Twitter followers want me to play, that's what I'm gonna stream on Thursday night. So Twitter Thursdays, it's gonna be a thing. They voted for Fall Guys. It's hot trash.
You're brave. You're brave letting your viewers
well, you see,
dictate what you play.
I'm going to pick 4 games I actually would kind of be interested in, so that way I have some say.
Yeah.
But it's Fall Guys is basically Mario Party if you take out the party. It's not good. I didn't have fun. I was miserable. I think I complained the entire time. My entire Fairy Tail stream is up on my YouTube channel, so everything that I have played, you can go see exactly how far I've made it. Just go check out my live streams on my YouTube channel. And that's what I've played this week. I want to jump in about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I loved it. I took off 2 days from work. I played the entire thing and beat it in one weekend. I felt like I was in a time vortex. It was like being a kid again. I loved it. I'm so excited to see what Tetsuya Nomura does with the story.
Me too.
That's all I have to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also beat the game in like 4 days or something ridiculous. It was a good time.
I still need to beat it.
Poor Anthony, now she just can't get it time at his TV.
Yeah, that's my whole problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it was definitely entertaining watching you play that game, Callie, Fall Guys. Because it's just like it's just a cluster, of just everybody
It's
running
trash.
over each other. Yeah,
It's garbage. I'll never play it again. So I'm gonna go rename it from part 1 to that's it. Just that's all you get.
The fight at the end.
Yeah, it's just a game just to have fun and just not take it seriously. Just something really interesting. I actually respect that an indie developer is trying to do something like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll see if they fix the servers and everything is improved eventually.
Sure. Very cool. I'll go next. So still chugging through Cold Steel 3. I'm almost at the end of chapter 4, and then from there it's just the final chapter.
So have you got
There's been
the cool part that Callie was talking about on her last video?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Okay, so you're at the cool part.
She nailed it when she said like basically the last fourth of the game is like amazing, and the first 3/4 is just kind of story wise anyway. But yeah, it's starting to get good. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, and things are kind of starting to fall into place. And there's a huge climax approaching. You can just feel it. Yeah. Well, one other theme that I've come across a couple times. It's a new theme in Trails of Cold Steel 3. You know how in Final Fantasy VI, they have a few dungeons where you split your party up into several groups. Like I think there's one dungeon in Final Fantasy VI. I won't say what dungeon because it's a spoiler, but you split your party into 3 groups. They have a similar thing in Trails of Cold Steel 3 where you actually have a ton of characters and you actually get to split your characters up. And
it's awful. I hated that part so much. Oh, I complained the whole time. So like, okay, I got to spend an hour switching all of my equipment, and I get it just right. 10 minutes later, I'll switch your party again. Oh, I loved it. Oh, it was awful.
Have you played Final Fantasy VIII though?
Yes.
Yes.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. Oh God.
It's like every 5 minutes you're swapping out an entire magic loadout that spans like 3 pages of equips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really. I know you played the game on hard, Callie. I'm playing it on normal, and I haven't really needed to do like equipment changes or anything. It's just been
even late game on hard mode. I'm just good at that game, I guess, because again, you just break it and you have infinite turns, and you just like steamroll through all of it.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a feeling I'll probably be done with that game by our next podcast. I feel like I'm pretty close to the end at this point.
Yeah,
so.
you would think that, Lane, but there's more than you think.
Just when I thought I was almost done.
It's the longest.
I have 70 hours in the game, and I'm just like,
it's the longest Trails game of all of them.
Are you using turbo mode?
Oh yeah, every chance I get, I'm skipping animations in battle. I'm clearing out. So I'm trying.
Those games are a grind. Yeah.
I love the game, but it is long. I've looked on how long to beat. It does look like Trails of Cold Steel 4 is shorter, kind of like Trails of Cold Steel 2 was. So that will be a breath of fresh air to play a shorter Trails game.
Speaking of how long to beat, don't forget that our Discord page has a how long to beat bot and a price checking bot that our very own Lane programmed for us. So if you're part of our Discord channel, you can go to the price charting channel, use those functions. They're available for everybody. It's free to join our Discord. We just want to have more people interested in our podcast come hang out with us. So there's my plug. Thanks.
For sure.
And if you have any suggestions, you could always tweet Lane at @Laneinator on Twitter. And yeah.
I had no
part in this. You could just send your suggestions.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't have a Twitter. I haven't sold my soul to the devil yet.
We did for you, though.
You can thank us later.
Yeah.
Anyway. You see what I have to deal with, guys. You see what I have to deal with.
You should go look. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
What have I signed up for?
I'll help you out. I'll put a link in our Discord so you can go. You gotta go see this.
Yeah.
It needs to
Anyway,
be live.
what I was going to say else about the Discord bot, it let me down today because I went to my retro store and I was going to do a bunch of pricing on stuff, and my Raspberry Pi disconnected from the Wi-Fi while I was gone. So it's just like,
Oh no!
right when I needed you the most.
Murphy's Law, I tell you.
Yeah. But yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoy the bot. Like I said last time, if you guys have feature requests, hit me up and I will look into it. The other game I've been playing is Breath of Fire 3 on the Vita.
Nice.
I started the game a long time ago. I just didn't really invest in it. But since we gave it away, I was just like, you know what? I want to go back and play that game some more. I'm like 14 hours into it.
Beautiful game. Pixel
I
art
love
is
it.
amazing.
The artwork is great. The music is awesome. It's kind of like a jazzy, bluesy soundtrack. Great battle system. Maybe one complaint I have is in the dungeons, pretty high encounter rate sometimes. And I can think of at least 2 times where I lost an hour of progress because I died and that save point was a long ways away. And there was one time where I died and then like I went into a room that I hadn't been in before and I was like, oh, there's a save point. So I like saved, grinded a couple levels, and then I was just fine. So, old school RPG.
Old school hardness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
But I love the game though. And I'll probably, after I finish Cold Steel 3, I might focus on that and see if I can finish that up. So
Now, have you played Breath of Fire 1 and 2?
a little bit of 1 on the Switch. I haven't played it. I didn't play it very much. It seemed like the general consensus was that 3 and 4 are far superior. So I decided to try maybe focusing on those 2 first. Because I played the first one on the Switch and I was just like, just kind of felt like your standard old school generic RPG.
Yep.
But
Breath of Fire 1 and 2, I believe both of them are on the online Super Nintendo service.
Yep.
For the Switch.
They are.
So if you ever want to get to play those first 2, go in there.
Yeah, for sure. Now, will they please bring Super Mario RPG?
Yeah, you got to put so many things.
No, they won't. Probably never.
Hey, that might be a sign though. Like any game that's not going on there, it may be a sign that they maybe are doing something with it, right?
Like a remake.
Because why wouldn't they?
I
Otherwise,
doubt it. I'll tell you why. Licensing. It's very simple.
Well,
It's licensing.
Really?
the Super Nintendo Classic, though, they put it on the Super Nintendo Classic. There's no reason it can be on the Switch Online.
right,
That's
right.
Yeah, do
Unless
it.
they're doing maybe a remaster of it and they don't want people to
Exactly.
play
It
the game
might,
for free.
it might be something for the whole, 35th anniversary of Mario.
That'd be cool.
That'd be sweet.
So many things they can put, like, I don't know, like Lufia 2, for example. That's a great game. Chrono Trigger, of course. Secret of Mana. But that's in the collection of Mana, though. That's probably why they haven't put that. Yeah.
I have a feeling that Chrono Trigger, if anything, will be a port of some kind. They won't let anybody play that for free or through the online service. But yep. Okay, that's all for me. Brad, how about you, man?
So I've been playing 3 games this week. First one, of course, still playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm 45 hours into the game. I would say like 70% of the game I've seen so far. It keeps getting better, as I said last week. Still my game of the year so far. But we talked about it a lot last week. So fantastic game. The other game I've been playing is actually a Zelda game. That one of the Zelda games I haven't beaten yet. The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap for the Game Boy, for the Game Boy Advance, I mean. And I cannot believe that game looks so beautiful, and it is a Game Boy Advance game. It looks like a DS game to me. Like the art is really pretty, and all the elements of the Zelda formula are there. I love the gimmick that you can get small and and run around. It's just a very underrated game, in my opinion.
I'm waiting for Nintendo to do something with that game. They did something with Link's Awakening, which I absolutely loved as a kid. I'm glad they remade that. It's an amazing port they did to that. Not a port, but remake. But now it's Minish Cap. I think that's the next one that they need to do, or Oracle of Seasons or Ages. Those
Those
are
were good.
those are
Yeah.
other really excellent games. Minish Cap is so good.
Yeah, so I'm hopeful too, because I mean, Link's Awakening on the Switch, that was pretty successful. So if they can redo like some of the 2D Zelda games with that engine, that would be great. Like games like Minish Cap or the Oracle games, or even the original Zelda. Like the original Zelda, I think has a lot of potential. Maybe you know that game was a bit difficult to go through with guys. So now like they actually show you where to put bombs in the walls and stuff like that, so that you have an idea where to go, and you don't need like a guide or strategy guide or something. So yeah, that's been pretty fun so far. And the third game I've been playing is something that I would love to be able to play with you guys at some point. Fantastic game so far.
Mm-hmm.
The original too.
Nice.
Holy crap,
That's a
this
great
game
game.
is so good. So I was wondering why it got a 93 or something like that in Metacritic, and I started playing that game with a friend yesterday actually. So I started playing that game at 7 p.m. and I started playing. We're having fun, grinding a lot, just getting lost. When I look at the clock again, it was 3 a.m. It was just the time flight. So yeah, that I can see that's a good single experience game, but I think co-op is the way to go with that game. It is
Absolutely.
It's really good,
Yeah.
so fun. So
That game does not hold your hand.
right.
No,
It-
it is so brutal.
It's
Right.
it's tough. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to be.
A friend and I played the first Divinity Original Sin, and we did the co-op on PC, and we played the whole thing. And yeah, we did like the whole thing in a week, but it was just so much fun. It was so incredibly hard. It's a very hard game. It is so in depth. It is great.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's
What
it's
I
just,
love about the game is the environment effects. Like if there's a barrel of oil or something and you accidentally clip it with your fire spell and it just explodes, little stuff like that. If there's a puddle of even if there's like a puddle of oil on the ground, if you walk across it and you light a fire spell, it'll just like light the whole thing and anybody standing. So it's just the amount of depth in like the environment that can play an effect on the outcome of the battle is really impressive for me. That's what I really liked about it.
And
yeah.
and
I mean, go
and
ahead.
and the screaming in the background is Rad's nephew. Just so you guys know.
So yeah, I mean, it is so fun to be able to take advantage of the environments to attack enemies, and so many creative ways to succeed in battle. And it is so hard at the beginning. You just have no armor, no weapons. They just throw you over there and just deal with it, and it's up to you and your companions in order to to succeed, and be creative. I'm totally loving that game for sure.
Another thing I loved is how you can completely customize what you want the rest of the characters to be. When you first meet them, they have sort of their default class, and then you can be like, okay, maybe you're a fighter and you have like, stone magic or something like that. But no, I want you to be, a healer, Aaron, and a necromancer, whatever. It's just like so much freedom and customization. It's a great game. It
is so funny because I'm using this Ultimate Warrior character, this melee guy, but he's an undead. So it is quite tricky because only poison and stuff like that cures him, and anything else like actual potions and cure hurts the guy. And my friend, at some point, she was trying to save me, and she tried to heal me, and it was like, oh no, game over again.
No.
Another thing is that the dialogues in that game, it's just the format it uses. I think it's the closest thing I play to Dungeons and Dragons. So yeah, it's really fun. Something I would like to play with you guys at some point.
I think that they even have sort of a Dungeons and Dragons mode in the game where you can make kind of your own campaign and stuff. I haven't really played with it, but yeah, it's just so much you can do.
Have you played any of like the Baldur's Gates, Neverwinter Nights, not the online one, but any of those games?
I have not.
Okay. So that's where Divinity Original Sin came from. Is you had Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights, and all those games, and you should really check those out. They just remastered them and put them out on the PS4 and the Switch. So check those out if you really like Divinity Original Sin.
Right.
It's definitely a lot easier than that one, but really great games.
One thing nice about Divinity Original Sin 2 is I don't know about the PlayStation version, but it has cross save between the Switch version and PC. So if you're playing it on your PC and then you want to go play it on your Switch, you just transfer the save. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's so convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing this week.
We should all definitely do a co-op.
I'm down for that.
That game.
I'm down for that.
I have it in
That
the
would be a
backlog.
lot of fun.
At least the first one.
Can you do crossplay between the Switch and PS4 and PC?
I'll check. I'm not sure, but I'll check.
Okay.
Yeah. We should look into that. That would be a lot of fun.
So I actually tried Divinity Original Sin when the Xbox put it out as a free game. I did not like it.
Really?
And I really liked Neverwinter Nights and Icewind Dale and all the old ones that Ayn brought up. I was a big fan of those. I did not like Divinity Original Sin 2. It just didn't sit with me the same way those other older games did. So
Was it the world?
It's just that it felt like it wasn't directed as much as the old ones. The old ones actually had a campaign and a story that you follow through, but Divinity Original Sin 2 felt too open, and I didn't want that game to be open.
Ah, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
It's a little overwhelming.
I'm a really, really big Forgotten Realms fan. Absolutely love Forgotten Realms. I think it's like the best setting for any game.
Yeah, those were very good. The old ones, I really liked them.
Cool. All right, Ainashi, last but not least.
All right. So one quick thing. Hey, Nick, so you were playing on your PlayStation Classic Revelations. Just so you know, I do have extension cables for the PlayStation Classic and the wireless controllers for sale on my Amazon store.
It was the PlayStation TV.
Oh.
He tried to say just a perfect opportunity for a sales pitch, and he shut you down.
Okay, I thought you were playing on PlayStation Classic.
Nah.
Okay, so what I've been playing is, well, here's a story. So Monday, my wife bought a plant. It's sitting behind me. And I went to pick it up, bent down, and this little thing, there's like a, right here, little, just sticking straight up, little pointy thing, just went right into my eye. And it bounced off. I have these hard contacts, special contacts, and it just kind of bounced off of it a little bit and then scraped down to my eye until it gets right to my nose and went in about an inch. You hear this pop. I actually thought it pierced my eye, but it did not pierce the eye itself. Just that little membrane between your eye and your eyeball and the socket. So I was on some drops and I couldn't really see anything up close because I was completely dilated. So I didn't really play anything all week. I did, however, put in on my Switch Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, the first one.
Awesome.
I did put that one back in there again. And I was playing it for a little bit, but yeah, I just couldn't really play this week at all because of that. Just could not see. It was pretty painful all week. But it's doing better. Most of the blood is gone from the eye. It was really bad for a while. I was pretty freaked out.
It hurt.
Yeah. So, yeah. I did, however, I did do a trade for, I did trade Valkyrie Profile. I traded that for a stack of Skylanders games.
Are you kidding?
What?
You're doing that because those games are
so
like
super
low at like GameStop and stuff, but they're going like crazy on Amazon.
Yeah,
right?
I just sold one actually.
I told one of my friends because he wanted my extra copy of Valkyrie Profile, and he just picked it up today and dropped those off. And I'm like, if you give me 20 copies of Skylanders on the Xbox One or PS4, I'll give you my extra copy of Skylanders. He came through.
What? Okay.
Okay, after fees and everything, I should get about $750 to $850
That's stupid. That's dumb.
for 20 gigs.
Genius.
I was selling my extra copy, okay? So I was going to sell my extra copy because it did not have a manual, which I promised him I will find him a manual for his copy. But I was trying to sell it for $200. So
and then he can buy
Wow.
complete inbox for this.
Okay.
So I got, $750 to $850 after fees of games from him, and I'll find him a manual, and cool.
But does he know how much money you're going to make?
I told him. I flat out told him. But he really wanted this game. He did not want to spend $300 for a complete copy.
Sure.
And what he spent is like, $2.50 per copy, up to $5 per copy. John Houston,
Wow.
you're my boy. Love you, dude. I'll get you that manual.
Oh,
Very nice.
I got.
But yeah, that's it for me. I still haven't finished Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one. So when I found that in the our last video last week, I found it in my origami key. I'm like, oh, I should play that one. So I popped that one in. Anyways, next.
I got a story going back to your eye. I remember the picture in the Discord. It looked pretty rough, and
Callie, I don't like that.
Kylie
I don't
is
like
Hero
that.
Pond.
But it's
I don't like it.
Hero-Con. I know.
I don't like it. Why do you do that to
Anyway.
me?
It was worth. Well, you guys need to go look at Lane's Twitter page. That's all I have to say.
Lane, well,
I don't
I'm
have a
gonna
Twitter
tell
page.
this-
Go look in Discord. Just go look.
Yeah.
Oh,
go
you
look-
do. You
look it
do.
up.
Yeah.
Well,
Twitter's the devil.
I'm going to tell a little story real quick. You can look that up. I almost lost my eye when I was younger because I was in the middle of an airsoft war. I was using eye protection, but I tried to do a move like in the movies. You know how in the action movies they like run and bust through the hedges or whatever, the bushes? Doesn't really work like that in real life. I made it about halfway through, and then my legs just caught like the brush, and my top went through. My eye protection was stuck in the bushes, and they were on the other side, so they just unloaded on me. I'm sitting here halfway in a bush with my head sticking out, and they just unloaded.
Mm.
And it looked pretty rough. I
Some
tried not
friends
to
you
tell
have
my
there.
mom. Yeah, they just seized the opportunity. But yeah, it looked pretty rough.
All right, guys. Let's go into our next topic. We're going to be talking about what our first Final Fantasy game is. Tell us, what do you think of the game now? And how old were you when you played it? And how many other Final Fantasy games have you played since then? Let's start with Rad this time.
All right. So I actually got into Final Fantasy quite late. My first Final Fantasy game was 5 years ago. I'm 30 now, so I was 25, and it was Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X. I played the remaster version for the PS4. I thought it was a solid game, a really solid game. I tried to put myself in 2002 when they released in order to, have an opinion on stuff like the voice acting. That's probably the first, one of the first PS2 games with voice acting. So yeah. When you go back now, it could be pretty rough, but by that time, it was probably good. A fantastic love story between Yuna and Tidus. I think it was very solid. It was a good game. It had some difficulty spikes towards the end for sure, so I had to grind a lot. And yeah, I when I play Final Fantasy X, I discovered why the series is so beloved. So I went back and played like most of them in the next 5 years. I'm thinking about it. I will say Final Fantasy X will be like probably top 10, probably not top 5 because there's so many good games. But yeah, somewhere I would put it like 6 or 7 for me in a top 10 list. I would say.
I always say that I would have enjoyed Final Fantasy X a lot more if Titus was mute, a silent protagonist.
Right.
I agree.
Right. That's
just because
a lot of cringy moments.
He needs a Dragon Quest treatment.
Yeah, he to me he was just a really obnoxious character. But I'm with you. I did like the story a lot, and I love the way the kind of that it's not ATB turn based, but it's
right.
Like,
they went to the roots
based on speed of the character, and you can see the turn order. I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the sphere grid. How you improve your characters? That was really clever. Yeah. And the battle system, I'm a fan of simple battle systems, to be honest. And I will argue that one of Final Fantasy X is one of the simple ones.
Sure.
So
when you did the sphere grid, did you kind of just follow the normal path, or did you kind of branch off into other people's sphere grids?
I started like that. I started like just going the normal route, but then I started to try things, and it got so messy, but yeah. It worked at the end. I was worried at some point that I wasn't gonna like learn crucial skills for some guys. But it gives you the flex, especially I think the remaster versions, like they have like you have more flexibility on the sphere grid for sure.
Yes.
So that's something you can, and it adds replay value to the game for sure because you have so many possibilities.
What did you think of the sports game that they had inside of
Blitzball?
Final Fantasy X?
Best thing ever.
No, it killed it. When they forced me to do that, that's when I quit the game.
Yeah. Okay. So
Really?
so the
That's
thing is
the
that
best part.
That bad.
so that's funny because I've talked to people about this game and people is usually divided on the sport, like on the Blitzball.
People either love Blitzball
you either love
or
it
hate Blitzball.
or hate it. Yeah. So in my case, I'm not very good at it. I mean, I tried like, I don't know, like 10 games of Blitzball and I've won like 2 maybe. So it's quite hard, but I know people who just like, they destroy the AI. Like, especially when you go back to it and you can recruit people to play. It's just a love or hate thing for sure.
It was hate for me.
Yeah.
It killed it for me.
If you can get through it, then you'll find a good game, I think.
I made it to like in-game levels of Blitzball, and it gets crazy unbalanced sometimes at the end. So I would probably put about as much time into the game as I did Blitzball. So.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm with Ayanashi though. Like I did one game, just the one required game of Blitzball, and then I'm like, nope, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
I think I played it. I played it quite a bit. Once you get the eject shot, it becomes pathetically easy. So you just recruit good team members and then just go stomp. So I played it enough to get all the special stuff, and then I just went forward.
Wait. You only have to play one game, and then you don't have to play it ever again?
Basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I might have to actually get through that one.
Which you can lose and still.
You don't even have to win if I'm not mistaken. You don't even have to win.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What does Blitzball get you in that game though?
It's part of Waka's story, basically.
I don't remember. I think it's his ultimate weapon. I don't.
Okay, so
I think you're right. Yep.
You can recruit him in Blitzball.
Hey, it's not as bad as the chocobo timing, getting 0 seconds. That's trash.
I actually had no problem with that, but
you're the only one, Nick. You're the only one.
The one I had a problem with was the 200 lightning strikes.
Oh, that was awful. Oh God,
yeah.
I hated
that. I didn't even try that one.
Yeah, no, but after you get past that section, I mean, the thing is that probably the best part of the game is the second half. Like you get like more background to the story, and you actually start to figure out what's going on, because you're just going with the group, but you don't really know what's going on until the second part of the game without spoiling anything. But yeah, some plot twists towards the end. So it's a really interesting game, and I really think it was an important game for the franchise. Even that's probably the last traditional Final Fantasy we got, actually.
Yep.
Did you ever play 10-2?
I tried the first hour of it, and I don't think it's a game for me.
No.
But I mean, story-wise, is I don't know. I probably try it again because I hear that the battle system is quite good, but it turned me off during the first hour. So maybe I'll go back to it, but I actually have it, so I'll probably give it a shot at some point.
If you stream it, I'll watch that stream.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there we go.
I've tried it twice and I couldn't.
I only tried it once. I hated it.
So, fun fact, on the Vita, the only way to get Final Fantasy X-2 without a digital code is PlayAsia. The Asian release is in English, and you could actually get X-2 physically on a cart.
Oh, wow.
So if you find
the Switch version didn't have the download too for 10-2. They only put 10 on the cart.
Yeah, I got it up there somewhere. Same with the Switch version. If you get the PlayAsia version of X-2, you'll get two carts. You'll get both carts. I think they're two separate carts, or they just have one bigger cart. I forget, but yeah, but you could actually get it physically. On the Switch.
Cool. Good to know. Cool, Rad. All right, let's do Callie next.
Well, I was. Yeah, there's your answer. Final Fantasy VII. That was my first Final Fantasy game. I played it about a year after it came out, or maybe more than that. I don't remember. I had a Nintendo 64 before I had a PlayStation. But Final Fantasy VII was my first Final Fantasy game. It was unlike anything else I'd ever played at the time as a kid. I was like, this is amazing. Oh, this Barrett guy, he cusses a lot. And growing up in a super religious family, that was odd to me. I was like, well, guess I'm gonna play this game now. That didn't stick as I grew up. But anyway, the game is good. It doesn't hold up as well as Final Fantasy VI does now. Final Fantasy VI probably is the best retro game that you can get nowadays. It still holds up well. The sprites are still nice. The 7's still good. I loved Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love the story of 7. I loved Advent Children. Crisis Core was great. I liked Dirge of Cerberus. Yes, I liked Dirge of Cerberus. You heard it.
It was fun. It was good. It was different, but it was good.
Yeah, so 7 was definitely great. I really enjoyed it. I did all the things. I had the gold chocobo from breeding. I beat all the weapons. I got Knights of the Round all maxed out, all that stuff. So I did that like my third playthrough of the game, not my first playthrough. My first playthrough, I got to Sephiroth, and I was so underpowered I couldn't beat him. So I was basically at the crater, and I was at the point kind of no return, and I couldn't beat it, so I had to go back like 10 hours prior to that and save to beat it. Little Callie couldn't quite get there. It was sad times, but I did end up beating Sephiroth. It was great. If you guys haven't played 7, it did not age well. The graphics didn't. The upgrade on PS4 looks okay with the remaster they did, but 6 holds up a lot better. 9 is fantastic. I know everyone on the Eric Landon Discord loves Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 9 is amazing. If you guys haven't played 9, you need to go do it. Yeah, 7
really
was
good
my
on the
first.
Switch.
Yeah, it's fantastic on the Switch. Great portable game.
Yeah, you play it on portable instead of your TV because it's just the perfect size for your portable console.
Yep.
I think 7
The only
is
thing
probably.
I didn't like about that version of Final Fantasy 9 is the turbo mode is way too fast. Like to the point, like it's just like you can't even play it. Like just dial it down. Like about halfway there.
You should just set the ATB to wait. If you set the ATB to wait, it's fine, and you go through those battles a lot. I like it. I think they did a good job.
Yeah.
So that's
Seven
mine.
probably is the most influential game.
Yes.
Ever, or RPG at least. It is probably an before and after Final Fantasy VII in terms of JRPGs.
I actually have. I'll have to put a picture in Discord later. I have a cool like acrylic thing of Final Fantasy VII's logo. I'll have to post a picture later.
Was it a custom made thing or was it,
It was
actually retro?
It was a custom thing on that I bought from Etsy a few months ago. It's really cool.
Very cool. I'm gonna go next because mine is the same as Callie. Final Fantasy VII was also my first Final Fantasy. I did not play it when I was a kid. I played it when I was in high school, which was like
2 years ago.
Real fun. We got a funny guy here. Anyway, yeah, like 2010, I think. And anyway, I before Final Fantasy VII, the only really Japanese or JRPG that I played was Legend of Dragoon, and I played that when I was a kid. And then one day I'm just like sitting in my room and I'm like, I want to play another game like Legend of Dragoon. So I went on the internet and I looked up games like The Legend of Dragoon. And what was the first game that came up? Final Fantasy VII. One of the most popular games ever, right? So I bought it on Steam and played through the game. Loved it. It took me back to my, love of Legend of Dragoon. And it just kind of occurred to me at that time, like, wow, there are a lot of other great games just like, Legend of Dragoon, which I loved so much as a kid. So from there, I beat the game. And then from there, it was just like I was hooked on Final Fantasy. So I played 8, 9, 10, just kept playing all the Final Fantasy games. And eventually that led me to really just having a love for JRPGs in general. So really for me, Final Fantasy VII was my gateway drug into first being Final Fantasy and then later just JRPGs in general. I actually a couple years ago, I went back and played the game again, but this time I actually 100% beat it. Got all the Steam achievements. Like Callie, I beat all the weapons. I got the gold chocobo, Knights of the Round. And then there's a couple kind of really bizarre achievements. One is to get 99,999,999 gil. I did that one. And then another one is you have to get every single materia in the game and you have to master it. So there are a few missable materia in the game. So I played through the game with a guide to make sure that I didn't miss any materia. And that also includes the black materia. You have to get all the black materia. And it's the only game I've ever gotten all the achievements for, or platinum in PlayStation era, but it was on Steam. So it's a very special game to me. I'll admit I'm a little bit of a purist for the original, so a few things in the remake didn't really sit well with me. But I can always go back and play the original. So it's always there. So that's mine. Did anybody else pick Final Fantasy VII? Anashi? Nick? Was that your guys' first? Okay, good. Well, let's just go to Anashi then.
All right. So my first Final Fantasy I played was... Oh, wait. That's a better game. Hold on. Final Fantasy on the NES, the first one. Because I'm the oldest grandpa here. Even though I just had my first kid. But anyways, I think I'm the oldest one here. But this is... I played Dragon Warrior, was my very first RPG ever playing on a console. And then I got this probably a few months later. And I beat this game so many times. I tried beating it with all warriors, all mages, just trying different things like that. I probably beat this game at least a dozen times. Just absolutely great game. It was a lot of fun. I did recently, a couple years ago, go back and actually played the PSP version of it. There's a lot of quality of life things that are better with this version. I think if you haven't played Final Fantasy, don't play the original, the NES one. Play the PSP version just for the fact that it actually uses mana instead of you could only use cure 3 times. It's like you could only use a spell so many times. This one you could use any spell. It's just you have your mana pool. So I do like that a lot more. There's a little bit better graphics to this, but definitely the better version of it. But I would say this is my first one that I played. Then the second one was Final Fantasy VI. As a kid, I didn't have all the games. It was like I didn't even know that there was Dragon Warrior 2, 3, or 4 on the NES until like years and years later. The next one I found was Dragon Warrior 7 on the PlayStation. That was the next one I actually knew about. So, yeah, didn't have a lot of games. You didn't have the internet back then. It was pretty hardcore back then.
Sure.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah, the PSP versions of Final Fantasy have the best sprites. They look really good.
Yeah. And then Final Fantasy 2 was absolutely amazing on the PSP also. So, definitely, if you haven't played them, pick up those two on there. Worth it. And then also, if you get the Japanese version of Final Fantasy 3, it plays in English, but it's physically. And then they also have Final Fantasy 4. So PSP is your friend for the early Final Fantasies. They're all really great versions of the first 4 games.
For sure.
Awesome.
Cool, man. All right, that leaves Nick.
Well, my first Final Fantasy game was.
Thanks,
Final
Nick.
Fantasy.
All right, next. Oh, go ahead, I guess.
Well, my first Final Fantasy was Mystic Quest.
Yeah, you said that last one.
Yeah. It's technically Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. So, but my mainline entry was Final Fantasy 2 in the States, Final Fantasy 4 overseas. And I loved that game. I originally rented it, and we couldn't beat it, of course, before we had to take it back. So what I wound up doing was getting on eBay about 10 years later, and I was like, I want to play this game again. So I ordered it, and I was playing on my old Super Nintendo, and then my up button broke from my only controller about halfway through the game. So when they remade it on the DS, I bought it again, and I finally beat it. And that was my first Final Fantasy to beat, and still one of my favorites today.
Did you play the After Years?
No, because I heard it was garbage. I don't want to ruin it.
I think it's decent. Definitely the base game is better, but it's not that bad, I think.
Did the DS version have the After Years on there? I forget if it was complete or not. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
The PSP does for sure. I know that.
Yeah.
Because I'm staring at it and it says the complete collection on it also.
What's your opinion on Nashi?
It's been a while since I played it, and I enjoyed it. I can't really tell you much more than I enjoyed it. I don't remember too many specifics of it, 'cause it's been like 14 years since I played it.
Shh! No.
When did this
We're
come
forever
out?
younger.
It's been a very, very long time. Because I bought this game when it came out on the PSP, probably like a month or two after it came out on the PSP. I don't know what that was, though.
So, Nick, now that you mentioned renting games, that was such a pain, like renting RPGs back in the day. Like, you had like 2 days to beat 30, 40 hours RPG.
Oh, yeah.
And then you will have to return the game, and then you will try to rent that like quickly just to see if no one already saved on top of your file. And most of the time you were, and you had to start over again.
That's why the PlayStation and your own memory cards were key to that.
Right.
But yeah, as a kid, you didn't have that luxury.
Huh.
Oh,
Cool.
well, for me, I didn't have that luxury because I'm old, and we had disc-based game, not disc-based, cart-based games.
Sure. All right, guys. Very cool. Let's go ahead and transition into our next topic. We're going to have a discussion about the PlayStation State of Play, which occurred on Thursday afternoon of this week. I'm going to leave this one open-ended. What'd you guys think? Pretty meh.
All right, so we need to talk about the most important thing that happened during that show.
Dickens?
They showed gameplay. Guys, they showed gameplay for Bug Snacks. So when I watched
Yawn.
it, Lane, you need to go look at your Twitter account. That's all I have to say. Go to Discord.
Seriously.
Go look right now. Please, if you do nothing else, go to your Twitter right now. Please, just go click it.
I don't have a Twitter.
Go in Discord. I put a link. Just go look. Anyway,
You're welcome.
Twitter is evil.
They showed gameplay of Bug Snacks, and my favorite line, the whole thing, is like, "Oh, you're pretty good at stuff, and no one hates you yet." I was like, "This." I loved it. I loved it so much. I was laughing. I loved it. I'm just so excited to play that game. There were some other good games too, but Bug Snacks, come on, guys, it's so good.
I think it was kind of weak, the event in general, but not totally trash. I think there were like 3 or 4 games that I'm actually interested in, and especially since they showed more stuff about Crash 4, for example. And yeah, some of the games that I don't know if we're gonna go through the list of the games.
Yeah, we'll go through them. I just wanted to get really high level overview thoughts.
Yeah.
So-
do you want to run down the list? That'd be great.
So here's my high-level thoughts real quick. So I watched it, and I did not care about 99% of the games.
Yeah. So one thing that was interesting though is Sony intentionally very underhyped it to be like, hey, just so you guys know, this is actually not going to be that good. So don't lose your mind over it, sort of thing. Which I think was smart because the Nintendo made that mistake with the Direct is they kind of, I don't know if they really overhyped it. I think people just kind of had unrealistic expectations for something that was clearly, third party, whatever. But anyway, let's go ahead and go through the list of games. So the first game they showed was Crash 4. To me, that looked really awesome. A lot of really cool new mechanics that they added to the game. In particular, I really liked how they had where you could go through a level and it would be like a totally different, either like a totally different art style or like a totally different environment, right? Like you go through the same level and it's like underwater, right? Or it just looks completely different. I thought that was really, really cool. And seems like a lot of replay value, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of trophies around.
Yeah, I gotta say, Crash 4, I was really excited for Crash 4. When I got to see that trailer and they were talking about it and all the different, you get to play as Cortex, you get to play as the what was the Crocodile Dingo guy? I don't remember his name. It's been forever, but that
Dingodile?
Yeah, Dingodile. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. It looked great. I think they did a great job.
Yeah, that game I'm actually looking forward to. I did enjoy the Crash games.
Oh yeah, that was my childhood. Love those games for sure.
Mario's a better platformer.
So yeah, are you guys thinking you'll pick it up day one, Crash 4?
Probably not day one, but I'll definitely play it. I don't know. Usually, I mean, since the game is coming when, like October 4th, I think it is the date.
It's October 2nd.
Yeah, the 2nd. Yeah. So I might wait until at least Black Friday to see what happens. Maybe they'll take off like $10 or something from the price, and I'll get it then. But yeah, definitely.
If it's anything like like they have the Crash Insane trilogy, like months and like 6 months later, they were selling it on the Switch for like $10 a pop at GameStop on sale. So I figure that
Right.
they'll probably make a way too many of this Crash game, and you just wait a few months, 6 months, and you could probably pick it up for 10, 15, $20 on the PS4. So
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
actually cheaper. It doesn't have the Switch tax to it. So
Yeah,
Do you
so
guys think so? Both Crash and Spyro, they were on PlayStation for a year and then they came out on the Switch. Do you think they'll do the same thing with this? Because I think I would prefer to play this game on the Switch.
I think the Switch is getting to the point where it's not powerful enough for third-party games. I think it's going to start falling off. Like even Ayuden Chronicle said that they're only going to have the next gen Switch for their game, and that's a 2D sprite game. So I think the Switch is about to hit its limit.
But I'm hoping that they actually announce their Switch Pro or whatever they're gonna do like soon,
They need
and
to.
maybe we won't have
Perhaps.
this conversation
I hope so.
anymore.
I'm still playing on my my first generation Switch. I got the Diablo one, and I'm still playing on it. I want the longer battery life, but I'm just kind of waiting for that Pro version to come out or some kind of better processor or something.
Right. It's crazy though because like they it just seems like it's a lot. I don't know if I necessarily blame hardware as much because they got Crisis Remastered just came out for the Switch. Game looks phenomenal.
It's like a 15-year-old
Outer
game.
Worlds.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that was a game that like was a PC buster, a while ago.
Yeah.
And like they put games like the Outer Worlds on there and they just like looks terrible, right? It just I just wonder if maybe it's like an optimization problem more than maybe a hardware problem because some games look really good.
The Witcher is fine
would look
on
good.
the Switch.
Yeah.
But don't you guys
And
have
handheld.
phones? Don't you guys have phones though?
So I think it actually has to do with the company that's doing it because the company that actually did the port for Doom and Wolfenstein, those actually look really good on the Switch. A lot better than
Right.
Witcher or the other games on there or even Outer Worlds on there. I think that, what is it? Who did that? Did those ports? But whoever did the ports for Doom and Wolfenstein need to work on ports for heavy hitter games.
Right. Yep. For sure. That was a little bit of a side tangent, but anyway, next game, Hitman 3. Anybody a fan of Hitman?
It's just a teaser, yeah.
Okay. So I have one thing about Hitman 3.
It's Cyclops.
I
I
also
cannot-
have a PSVR.
I can't help wait to play it on my PSVR.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Is that a VR game though? I didn't know it was a VR game.
It has a mode
Yep.
included, yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
It's the first 3 games that's going to be on PSVR.
Mhm.
Now
Oh, very cool.
it all matters on how they do the controls. I hate the PlayStation VR where you have to click them, then you just teleport to the location.
Yeah.
I just cannot stand that. That's why I couldn't stand the Skyrim VR.
Borderlands.
Yeah,
They need a joystick. They need a joystick on the Move controller. That's it. Just put a joystick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just give you your controller, or even the PlayStation Move. If there's like a Move directional pad on there, like a D-pad, not a D-pad, but analog stick on there. Something to move it that way. I just cannot stand the click to teleport games. It just ruins all the games for me. But yeah, I'm really looking forward. There's only 2 games I was looking forward to. Well, kind of 3 Crash, but that's one of them is the Hitman VR, the Darth Vader VR. So
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't even know anything about Hitman, so that one was just kind of like, eh.
Pretty simple. You kill people.
Yep. You're a Hitman. Braid Anniversary. I
Pass.
never heard of it.
It's just like a remaster or something of the original game. So probably
Some side like 2D side-scrolling game that I've never
Pass.
seen before.
Right.
I probably will play it someday. I played the other one long ago, and sure, why not? But it didn't make me feel tingly down there or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that kind of party. All right.
what else?
Okay, so next we have The Pathless.
Right,
Now,
that's
this
one.
game, looked kind of. I mean, it looked pretty. Watching the gameplay though, it kind of looked like I didn't like they had these like floating things that you were shooting your bow at, right? Like I didn't really understand like what were you? It didn't even look like you were aiming at it. It was just like you got close to it and then you press a button and you shoot your bow at it. It just I don't know. I just didn't get it. I guess.
Yeah,
So,
same.
What did you guys think?
So I thought so the open world was pretty, and at the beginning of the trailer, I was like, this is probably a puzzle open world, and it felt a little bit like games like Journey or Flower, you know. But then when I saw that you have actually boss battles, that's when I actually got interested in it. I got a vibe of something like something like Journey mixture with Shadows of the Colossus, where you are just like going through the world and you just fight bosses and then you explore and do whatever you want and then find another boss or something like that. So yeah, maybe I'll check that one out at some point.
It just seemed really empty, kind of like
Right.
Breath of the Wild, empty, kind of empty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I just don't really understand what it's all about enough yet to really know if I'm interested or not. It did look very pretty though, I thought.
It did.
Yeah. So, all right. Splunky 2.
It's a game. Yep, sure is.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Looks like another silly 2D side-scrolling game.
Sure
It's
does.
not Bomberman.
It's just
Not
another.
Bomberman.
It's just another indie game that they're just putting out. Whatever.
Just stuff to make that state of play get to 40.
I'm
that
as
40-minute
excited
mark.
as I mean, I think Fall Guys could just explain my excitement for all the indie games. It's not great. If you guys want to go watch my live stream of that terrible game, go to my channel.
Or not.
Yeah.
Love you, Kelly.
Hearts for
Okay.
days.
Next was Genshin Impact.
I'm so excited for that.
Interesting.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that game.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
So-
true. I'm just surprised that it is a free-to-play game. But yeah, but it looks like the art appeals to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I also, when I was watching the trailer, didn't really know anything about this game. I looked at it and I was like, this looks like a lot like
Really?
Breath of the Wild.
I mean, I've signed up for every beta they've had the last year. I haven't gotten to a single one. I'm so
Really?
hyped for that game. I cannot wait.
It just
Yeah,
it looks like every free to play MMORPG that's came out of Korea or China. You know, just
It's not an MMO.
Mm.
It's
I
not
know,
an
but
MMO.
but the art and everything looks like it.
It looks like
I
Breath
don't
of
know,
the
just-
Wild. It's Breath
So-
of the
so-
Wild.
I remember something really funny. I remember that when they announced the game, I think it was like a year ago. The shot that they presented on the trailer was so similar to Breath of the Wild. It was just like a Breath of the Wild clone. And people in the comments were like trying to make a funny name for the game. Some were like in the lines of the Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Waifus or something like that. So yeah, it was something like a Zelda world mixed with anime and JRPG. So it was something that caught my attention.
I remember that I actually watched the live stream when they announced it. There was somebody that had their Switch in the crowd that broke their Switch
Yep.
on camera.
I was just about to say that. I remember that.
Wow.
I'm so excited for Genshin Impact. I'm so excited. I'm probably so hyped it's gonna be terrible.
I probably
Yes.
will play it, but you know, it's hopefully it's more filled out than Breath of the Wild. It's just Breath of the Wild seems so empty and their puzzles and yeah. And that's coming from
Yeah.
a huge Zelda fan, and I don't.
Well, it's because Breath of the Wild was not a Zelda game. It was a Xenoblade game. Let's be honest.
So let's say this. I actually liked Breath of the Wild a lot, but let's go back to the Zelda formula, please.
Yes, please.
I did love Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was an excellent game. It just didn't have the Zelda formula.
I want my 8 dungeons. Give them back.
Yes, and not those stupid little shrines.
I mean, there were
Yeah.
some good puzzles on Breath of the Wild, but it's no like dude, they've been doing Zelda for years. Go back. We liked it how it was.
Sure. I was actually playing Wind Waker today for the
I
first
saw
time.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
saw
a
that.
great game.
Oh,
It's a lot
excellent,
of fun.
excellent game.
Really
Beautiful.
fun one.
Yeah, I was really enjoying it.
And
But,
after you're done with that one, you could play the Adventure Time game because they basically have a whole knockoff. A lot of the Adventure Time games are knockoff of other games, and they have one something about enchiladas. I forget the exact name, but it's absolute trash on the Switch because it just crashes and
noted.
load times. But yeah,
Yeah.
So go pre-order it right now.
it's already out. It's been out for years.
Okay, well, go to Einashi's Amazon page and buy his copy.
I can't
Yeah.
sell it. I'm gated. Sorry.
So for me, Genshin Impact, like I was saying, I didn't really know anything about it. And I was watching, I was like, oh wow, this looks really good. And I saw it was free to play, and I'm like, so what's the catch? Right. So I'm like,
It looks too good to be true. Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, so what am I actually gonna be paying for if I want to play
I'm
this
guessing
game?
they're gonna do they'll do cosmetics. They'll probably make it to where you can get some special weapons like every other Asian game, and they'll probably charge you a fee to play online. That's my guess.
So I got a question. Is it an offline game with an actual real
Yes.
story?
There's a story. Yep.
Okay. Because I was kind of confused when they say free to play. Because every time I see free to play, it's usually just a shell of a story, and they just basically build up their own stores to.
Yeah. Is it going to be like you can play a level, and then you buy these tokens and you can play the next level, or you wait 30 minminutes and then you can play it?
I don't think that's gonna be it. I mean,
That's not a mobile game.
I watched some of the beta stuff. Like, I'm really. When it comes out, I'll stream it. You guys can make your judgment, and then you can go waste your time afterwards.
I might give
Fair
it
enough.
a try.
I mean, got
Callie.
nothing to lose. It's free, so.
I mean, I don't know. I played Fall Guys, and that was free.
Hey, nothing is free because your time is valuable.
Right.
I don't know.
Some
I'm
of us
salaried.
don't have a lot of time, so.
I'm salaried though. It's the same. No matter what.
Okay, so the next game was I don't even remember what this one was. Aeon. What was this one again?
Oh, that's that stylish beat 'em up where you're like the fire demon or whatever.
Right. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So was it this game? There was one game that apparently like the developers all quit because like they were getting ripped off or something. Did you guys see that?
They said that the trailer was not released with the consent of everybody or something like that, right?
Yeah, something crazy, and like I don't know. There's a lot of drama around that game.
Oh wow.
Whatever it is.
I missed all that.
Yeah, it was.
Pass.
So actually, Lane, you know a lot for not having a Twitter account. Actually, I forgot you have one. Yeah.
You do. Have you looked at it yet?
Yeah.
Go to your Twitter. I'm gonna link it again.
No,
it doesn't exist.
Look on Discord. I put it on the general chat of Discord, a screenshot of it. You just have to go to the screenshot.
Yeah, they're enjoying it pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. You guys just have your fun, okay?
By the way, all the posts on there are just going to be out of context quotes from you. Are just going to be tweets.
Please go look.
Awesome. Now I need to make
Please.
sure I'm on my best behavior.
Please,
Who needs
Lane, go look.
context? Yeah.
Please
Who
go
needs
look.
context?
More
Yeah.
likes.
Please go look.
Yeah, what is it? The first one is I would rather run into Walmart screaming and ass naked, but thanks.
Oh, we're demonetized now. Okay.
Okay.
That's your first tweet.
We were so close, guys.
I actually said that. Though,
We were.
so.
Yeah, it's just going to have I'm just going to just take your quotes out of context, and that's all it's going to be.
But that's how much I hate Twitter, guys. That's how much I want to stay away from that.
Go look though. Just go to.
That's
Discord,
what I would rather do
please.
than have a Twitter account.
Just go look at
It's
Discord,
glorious.
please, for all of us. We need this in our lives. Just go look at Discord.
All right. I will go look, but in the
Right.
meantime,
Just
let's
open it
bring
up
the
on
next
one of
game.
your 3 screens.
Okay.
I worked hard on that. Okay, come on.
Without my consent. Do not agree to this.
It's important.
Anyway, guys, I'll go look at it. Let's bring up the next game. Start talking about it. Anno Mutationem.
That's that like hack and slash side
I don't
scrolling
remember it.
game.
That's
Right.
how
Another
that's how
beat 'em
awesome
up.
it was.
I was actually confused at first if that was like a fighting game, but it was like more like a beaten up. Yeah.
Sure.
Something somewhere in between.
I mean, it is
Yeah.
hard to tell which games are gonna be good with just a teaser or a trailer of them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then we come to our trashware game, Bug Snacks.
Bug Snacks!
Go!
Yay!
Did you
So
look at your
excited.
Twitter yet?
Yeah, okay.
I'm working on it.
We are
Day
not,
one.
We are not
Day
moving
one.
My Discord's being
forward.
really weird right now.
We're not moving forward until you look at that Discord image. Like, we're just
Day
not.
one.
Go look right now.
I don't know. I'm having technical difficulties over here.
Lies.
Who needs
I'm sure
Animal
one of
Crossing when
your
you have Bug
screens
Snacks?
are working.
All right. Go. Come on, Lane.
Hate you guys.
No, you don't.
I hate you
After
guys.
so my comment about Bug Snacks is after they showed Dick Hands, I just don't see that as a real game.
You cannot take it seriously.
I'm out. I don't know. It's just not me.
It is realistic though. If you eat a hot dog, something like that is gonna happen, I guess.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, you use your imagination.
it's like, you know, your wife says, "Hey, honey, go eat some hot dogs real quick, and come to bed." You know, it's. I'm out.
We
All
went
right.
there.
What's next?
Okay,
We're
sorry,
waiting. We're
I
still
just-
waiting for Lane. For some,
I found it. You guys are the worst. Okay, so the next game we have is Star Wars Vader Immortal. It's the VR game.
yay!
Now that game actually looked pretty cool. I don't have a PlayStation VR, but that game actually, I could get into a Star Wars VR game. How did you guys feel about it?
Looks cool.
It looks really good.
Looks
I
fun.
mean,
It sounded like it was going to be kind of episodic, though, if I understood it right. Which doesn't really bother me, but
You
It
get to
bothers me
swing
if
a
it's not all
lightsaber.
on one disc later. You know, I want
That's
it
fair.
all on one
That's fair.
disc.
yeah.
That's what I hate about episodic games is like I want it all physically because in 10, 15 years I want to, you know, I don't want to have to, oh shit, is that server still there?
Sure.
You know, to be able to
Mhm.
download the game. So I'd rather just have it all on there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that one. I haven't tried the Iron Man one. I really want to get that game. I'm just going to wait for it to come on sale. But I love the PlayStation VR.
I mean, you got to.
I like Callie's background.
It's Bug Snacks. It's Bug
Ooh.
Snacks. I mean, yeah.
Dick snacks.
We're so demonetized. This was just.
Hey, we haven't hit the thing yet. We don't have 4,000 hours or 1,000 subscribers yet.
Yeah. We're at the point now where it doesn't matter.
But when we do have 1,000 subscribers, we got a really
Unless the
awesome
audience
giveaway.
has their innocent children ears tuned in. So yeah. Next game. Control expansion. Have any of you guys played Control? I have not.
I'm
have
waiting
not.
for it to come out on Steam because I refuse to support the Epic Game Store.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, isn't it weird? I mean, it is fantastic, but it was so interesting that the Alan Wake expansion is coming to PlayStation as well, since
Yeah.
Alan Wake is
That's
Xbox
cool.
360 exclusive. Yeah, and I haven't played Alan Wake, but I have people tell me that it is one of the best games on the console. So yeah, that would be really interesting how they do the crossover between those two worlds.
Yeah, when Control comes out on Steam later this year, I plan on picking it up. I'll stream it. I refuse to support the Epic Game Store. So It's banned in our household.
I love you, Epic Games Store. Keep going.
The only thing I use it for is that's how you get Unreal Engine. They own it now, so playing around with that.
Well, the Unreal Engine was
they made
there
it
before the Epic Games Store. Yeah, that's Epic made Unreal.
Yeah, they own
Right.
it. They created it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you have to go through the Epic Store to download it.
Oh yeah.
So.
But what they're doing is with them supporting developers and everything and giving them all the tools free, and I think it's really awesome what they're doing. I love Epic Games Store and what they're doing. It's pretty awesome.
We should have a debate between Callie and Nashi on why you shouldn't support Epic Games. Make for an interesting conversation.
No, not really. It's really simple because when it first came out, it was a malware, and I don't trust that. And I don't like how that they are doing anti-consumer practices by keeping things limited to that one program when I would like to not have DRM on my system. Thanks. That's
Okay,
it. We're
but
done.
there's exclusives on the Switch and PlayStation and Xbox that are exclusively on that platform for first year.
And that's fine. I own all those, but I'm saying
Yeah.
that for PC, I would like to just play what I want to play, period. It's done. There's my
Fair enough.
discussion. There's no argument. That's just my opinion, and you won't change it. Sorry.
All right. Well, so the next game is Hood, Outlaws, and Legends.
That's by
That's a game.
Focus, isn't it?
It's about what?
It's by Focus, right?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying. It kind of looked like kind of Assassin's Creed-ish to me.
They did the Greedfall game, right?
Yeah.
So that got pretty good reviews. So I'm curious about that. But it looks like it's tending towards like more of a third-person action game. So
Right.
And that one is a PS5 game, I think.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, keep an eye on it. Didn't really show much. Next was Temtem. I don't even remember this one.
That's the
it's
card
so good.
collector
Right.
monster thing
Yep.
for the PlayStation.
Yep.
Yes.
It's just a ripoff
Oh.
of Pokemon.
Exactly. So I'll
better.
probably spend some money on it.
It's a
I
better
would probably-
Pokemon.
I probably will play it also because I do love monster collecting games. So
Cool.
that one I'm excited for.
I'll probably pass on that.
Alright.
Pedestrian. I don't remember this one either. I think this was when I started to tune out.
It looked bad. Sorry.
Yeah. What I remember is not much. So
Okay. And last but not least, Godfall.
Godfall, though. What's your take on that one?
So I thought I heard him say something about single player. I don't know if it's like a sort of a they call it a looter slasher, right? So if they have something that's kind of like, I don't know, Borderlands-y, maybe I could get into it. But if it's something like Destiny or Anthem, I'm kind of like, no.
I'm
Don't
seeing
really.
more like Diablo, probably.
Really?
That's what I think. But the one thing that threw me off was in the trailer, they said like they have all these different armor sets and you can kind of collect the pieces for that. So it's kind of like you've only got so many sets of armor.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of a wait and see, but it looked like the enemies didn't really offer much. So looks like it'd be pretty bland to me.
Yeah.
I really.
A lot of criticisms online where like the game looked super easy, like enemies weren't even attacking you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really want to like this game for some reason, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just what you said. Like the combat looks a bit shallow to me. Like the enemies are just standing there waiting to be hit. At least from the build they showed in the
Well,
trailer.
you see, that's releasing this year. So
Mhm.
if they're not gonna, I mean, it's like Halo Infinite. It looks like crap. So if they're gonna put out Godfall this year, it's probably gonna be what you saw. I think that these developers are trying to rush too much stuff, and the work from home stuff from COVID is really affecting games.
That and they're probably just rushing for the PlayStation 5 launch.
I agree, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to
So-
trying to get all the best launch titles that could possibly get to outbeat the other console. Let's go Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it's like I'll keep an eye on it, but definitely not gonna buy a PS5 just for this game.
You buy a PS5 for Horizon Zero Dawn 2. That's why you buy a PS5.
Yep.
Yeah. And we know that game's not till 2021, right?
And we also know the Bugsnax is this year.
I could care less.
I don't know what's worse, Nippons or Bugsnax, aka Dickens. No.
Okay, so does anybody else have any last minute thoughts on the PlayStation State of Play? I think we're all in agreement that it was not pretty underwhelming, but it was not overhyped by any means. It was
I will give it a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
I think I was more excited for the games that are going to be on PS4, especially like the PSVR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Re-releases of the Hitman, it's already out, but on
Yeah.
PSVR. A new Vader game, Temtem. I mean, that's about it. I mean, the
Yeah.
new Crash, which is going to be on PS4 also.
Like
Right.
I would give it a 6 out of 10. I liked Crash. I really excited for Genshin Impact. Temtem looks okay. Bugsnax gameplay, well, that's all I need to say. But still, most of it was pretty disappointing. They really need to release the price of their stupid system.
I know.
Yeah.
They just need to open up pre-orders too. They probably announce the price when they have the pre-orders.
Yep.
Yep. They're just playing a waiting game, waiting for one or the other to release a price because,
Yeah.
the first, whoever comes out first, and if it's too high, the next one's going to jump in and be like, well, we're only this much money, right?
Yeah, that's sad.
So guys, if you were to guess the price, what would you say?
Oh, it's easy.
Like let's say both consoles, they cost the same. Let's say that. And we're talking about the powerful one with disc included, of course. This drive, I mean. So what will be your guess?
$300 for Nintendo Switch.
It's very simple. They're both gonna be $500, and the smaller models are gonna be $400. I mean that's it.
100% agree with Callie.
That's all there is to it. The Lockhart and the discless PS5 are gonna be $399.99.
Okay. I'll say $449 for the sake of it.
If
$549, $549.
$549.
Right.
If the discless version is not $100 cheaper, it's not gonna sell.
Yeah, I'm gonna say $549 and $449 the digital one.
But what if there's another trade-off? Like, what if the discless version has more hard drive space or something like that?
It won't.
You don't think so?
It will have a smaller hard drive.
I think it's
For
going to go
digital
to.
only?
Mark my words. It will have a smaller hard drive.
I think that we're going to go to iPhone and Galaxy Note pricing of $1,100.
No.
Please no. Please no.
Nah, it'd probably be like $500, $500 to $600, somewhere around there. I don't care. I don't mean there's nothing that's coming out on there that makes me really want to get a day one yet.
Like
Bugsnax.
I still stand behind it.
So
what I just said.
If it comes out at 600, I guarantee you they're both gonna sell out this winter. It's not gonna matter what they cost. If they're 600 or less, they will sell out.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get them.
I saw something where Sony has already said that they are running into some supply chain issues understandably so.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
I thought I saw something on the Sony saying that they were gearing up so they don't have supply issues.
Oh,
Yep, they're only going to have
maybe
10
I misread.
million. There's going to be 10 million units on the first thing.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
They originally were going to just do 6 million units, and now they bumped it up to 10 million. So, but that's worldwide, globally.
It's not enough. Like, as soon as it goes pre-order, I'm gonna get it at Best Buy because I can go pick it up in the store because GameStop may not be around when it comes out.
Still GameStop.
Yeah.
It's like Bug Snacks. It just gives you that bad feeling.
All right, guys. Well, I think we've talked enough about that. Let's go into our next topic here. We're going to all talk about our favorite RPG on the NES. So this is going to be a recurring topic for us. We're going to start with the NES. Next week, we'll probably do the SNES, and we'll kind of just work our way through the different generations of consoles and give our favorite RPG.
The Master
On those
System
systems.
next. Master System. It was before the SNES.
Yep.
We can
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, I've
But-
played none. No RPGs
Yeah.
in the system.
I was say not a lot of people play the Master
Right.
System.
I mean, I played Phantasy Star, but not on the Master System, right? So, I mean, but yeah, okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with Einashi. Why don't you go first?
Well, for me, the best RPG on there was Super Mario 2. Wait, no. This is one of my favorite games on there. No, but I do have Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy. Not really an RPG, Zelda. I would say that these are the three top games for me, besides Super Mario Brothers 2 on the NES. But because of how the impact it had on me and my love of all JRPGs and RPGs in general, Dragon Warrior 1 is probably the best for me, my favorite RPG on the NES. I would say that Final Fantasy was options, and I think it was superior game, but still Dragon Warrior #1 for me on there, easy. I mean, hell, I got a tattoo of a slime because of this game.
Hardcore.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. It just really means a lot to me.
Sure. Cool, man. Rad, what about you?
So I would say objectively, I would say Dragon Warrior 3 is probably one of the best games in the system, but I'm with my man Einashi. I think Dragon Warrior 1 is my favorite as well. It's just so simple that I love it. I mean, you just get two objectives, like save the princess that has been kidnapped by a dragon and kill the dragon lord. They give you that in the first couple of minutes of the game, and you just have that. And fun fact, rescuing the princess is actually optional. You can actually just go and fight the dragon lord, and that's it. And it's just so simplistic, so and it was revolutionary by its time as well.
Yep.
Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy, is a close second for me. But considering that Dragon Warrior was the first one, I think it was 1986 or something like that. It is insane. It is insane for me what they were able to achieve with that game, and then so many games are influenced by that one. So yeah, I would say Dragon Warrior 1 as well.
Cool, man.
1989.
But that's the North American release, I think. The on Japan it will be earlier than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 10
All
years
right.
old.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Nick, what about you?
I'm gonna go with Nashi here. Dragon Warrior. Yep.
Dragon Warrior 1.
Simplistic yet fun. Final Fantasy has more options, probably by many people the superior game, but just the simplicity of Dragon Warrior. You can't beat it. It's just fun.
Yeah.
A fun fact about Dragon Warrior: I don't own 2, 3, or 4 on the NES, and never played the NES versions of those games.
What?
I never picked them up, and every time I try finding them, they're just so expensive that I just haven't.
Yeah,
haven't picked them up
they're
yet.
ridiculous now. You look at the DS games; they're about 100.
Yeah.
Crazy how much they've shot up. Callie, what about you?
Well, I'm not gonna say Dragon Warrior. If I could say Zelda, I would, but I can't because it's not a RPG per se.
It
But
could be.
Wizards and Warriors 2, Iron Sword. I put so
Yep.
many hours into that game. I absolutely loved Iron Sword, Wizards and Warriors 2. The artwork was like your stereotypical. Was it Fabio on the cover, if I remember right? It's that game was. I put so many hours into Iron Sword. It wasn't even that good. It wasn't even a great game. But I loved it as a kid. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I died a lot. I died so much. I know it's more of like an action type RPG, but Wizards and Warriors, I really liked that series, and I thought they did a great job with Iron Sword.
Interesting.
Have you guys even heard of it? Have you guys ever?
No.
I'm looking it
Nope.
up right now.
Look at that
That's
cover
hilarious.
art. That cover art, though.
It's like Conan or
Oh,
something
yeah. Oh yeah.
for anyone. Maybe. Nope, can't see
Here
it.
you go.
There we
Yeah.
are.
Cover.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Look
Hey,
at
Onashi
that.
to the rescue.
Interesting.
Look at that. It was a great game. It was really good.
Yeah, I honestly that it's really good. It was a fun game back then, but it just didn't hold the nostalgia thing for me as Dragon Warrior did.
Right. But I wanted to be a little different. Pick something that wasn't Dragon.
By the way, I'm including this in our 1,000 subscriber giveaway.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Very cool.
So what Ainashi is talking about is when we get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you are gonna get a Retron, you're gonna get Final Fantasy, you're gonna get. Go ahead, Ainashi, tell us.
Yeah, Final Fantasy, Dragon Warrior, Mario, and Duck Hunt. You get a Retron one, and I'm going to try to get at least a dozen games for this giveaway. First 1,000 subscribers that we have on our channel, and now Iron Sword on there. I'll probably put Super Mario 2 and 3 just because those are excellent games also. But yeah, I'm just going to be hunting for at least a dozen games. I'm going to try to get as much as I can for it.
Yeah, so Iron Sword, if you guys, whoever wins that, please play it. I would love to hear your thoughts. I loved it as a kid. It does not hold up well at all, but it was good back in the early 90s.
Sure. Yeah, I think you can say that for a lot of NES games, for sure. All right, I guess it's just me. So while I do love Dragon Warrior very much, my number one has got to be Final Fantasy. Just because I didn't originally play the NES version of the game. I went back and played it after I played it on the Game Boy Advance. I think it was. Yeah, I emulated it. But yeah, I just love like Dragon Warrior, I love the simplicity of the game. I love the fact that you have a full party, and you get to name your characters and you set their class, and throughout each town, you go and buy your new next level to your spell that you have, and just little stuff like that. I just really, really loved that game a lot, and it's very high on my favorite Final Fantasy list for that reason.
Yeah, they take what Dragon Warrior did right, and then they just greatly improved it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Final Fantasy is such a solid game. I mean, as a close second to me, just Dragon Warrior just had a lot more nostalgia for me.
Sure.
But yeah, Final Fantasy was definitely excellent on the NES.
Yeah. Even the story, you could say that the story is pretty simple, but without spoiling it, there is kind of like a sort of a time travel element to it, right? And I thought that was actually really interesting. Like when you find out at the end who the villain is, it's just kind of like, whoa, that is kind of cool,
It actually had more of a story than Dragon Warrior did.
Right. Yeah. and you go and you find the 4 crystals and you beat the boss at each crystal, stuff like that. Just I don't know, I just really enjoyed that game a lot, so that's why it's my number 1.
So I just posted in Discord the games that are coming out this week on our general chat, so we could talk about that when we finish this topic.
Very cool. I think that actually wraps us up. I think everybody's gone now, right? I didn't miss anybody, right?
Nope.
So we got Dragon Warrior, Iron Sword, and Final Fantasy.
Yep. Dragon Warrior wins.
All those games will be in our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Plus more.
That's cool.
Cool. Now if I can just get my Discord to cooperate.
So for those of you that want to play along at home, please go join our Discord. The link is in the description of the video, as well as a link to our Patreon account, which if you put in $5 a month, you will get a special Discord role that has special colors that I need to program still, but it will be there. We're also talking about putting in a higher Discord, higher reward for Patreon, to where we will have people join our show as a special guest. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and join our Patreon. We'll get that set up. There's my spiel. So let's talk about the games coming out this week. For those of you that are in our Discord, you will see the link, the information I posted in the general chat. The first game is the US release of Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? That is a game that Einashi has the Asian version for. That comes out August 11th. The next game on August 12th is Pop-Up Dungeon, PC. Never heard of it. Not a clue.
Me neither.
Probably just one of those indie games, that here's 1,000 indie games that they're just going to shovel on everything. And
yeah. The next one is a Total War Saga Troy, under PC title.
So is it a Total War game?
I don't know.
It's probably a collection. Let me Google.
Looking it up.
I played some Total War games.
Yes, it is from the Total War series.
Okay.
Nice.
So then that one's probably not going to be hot trash if you like Total War.
Great. That's on August 13th, and on August 13th we also have Kill It With Fire on PC.
That's the spider one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think so,
okay.
yeah.
God, I hate. My wife won't let me kill that plant with fire. I wanted to.
So next
it needed
we have
to die.
Eastern Exorcist. Never heard of that, on August 14th.
Is that like Eastern as Eastern United States, or an Asian Exorcist game?
We should go look it up. I'm not sure.
Looks very Asian.
Google. It's on the PlayStation 4 as well. Looks like brutal melee-based
2D side-scrolling action RPG set in a fictitious Oriental world with the infestation of vicious demon monsters.
Okay, that sounds promising.
All right. And then finally, we have UFC 4 on August 14th. A week. A very small, pathetic week for games releasing. My Twitter poll Monday is going to be really boring. I'll be like, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon, or do you want this other stuff?
That game was actually trending the other day, Ultimate Fighting 4.
Really? I guess I should put it on.
Because they released, I guess, the fighters rating, and Conor McGregor is actually number 20. So people were debating if he should be higher or lower than that. So,
So I will pick up Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon again, the US version. I don't want to, but I'm really curious if they actually did fix a lot of the translation issues with it, to see what they actually did different, or is it just a straight port from the Asian version translated to English, and they just use the same translation, which was really bad.
I hope not.
I think you should buy it and play it and tell us how it is.
I will be doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will actually be interesting if it is actually wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon.
Have you seen the anime?
I have not, yeah.
Okay, watch the anime. And before next week, watch the anime. It's only 12 episodes.
Season 2 through.
Oh, wait. Yeah, there's a second season, isn't there?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that yet. I only watched the first one because I think it's only on. They only have the first season on Netflix.
Yeah, it goes from pretty tame in the first one to like rescuing prostitutes in the second. I'm like,
Wow, if we weren't demonetized, we are now.
right.
Dickens.
There's no escaping it.
I'm
There's no escaping it.
gonna make a background image that just says demonetized with an arrow pointing at the person that caused the demonetization.
Right. We can save some.
With like a buzzer or something.
The buzzer, like shock collar, shocks people.
We got to be monetized first. 1,000
Right.
subscribers, and we're going to be giving away games.
Don't
It's gonna happen,
forget,
guys.
Get it.
we also have a giveaway currently going on. Do you want to talk about the giveaway for this week, Inashi, which you can find on our Twitter page? So please
Yeah,
go follow
this-
us on Twitter.
This is live right now. If you want to try to win, like Sarah did, God Eater 2 and Bakugan, because that will be coming out on the Switch, I think, later this year. One of the few games that was announced for the Switch. But yeah, these two games. Enter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
reminder,
will-
it's free. If you win, you get it shipped to you for free. All you have
If
to
you're
do,
in the United States,
if
I
you're in
cover
the
the first
US.
$10. Yeah, I cover the first $10. If it's outside the U.S., you're gonna have to cover the last little bit of it. But
Yes.
I'll cover the first 10.
So just remember that you need to go enter. It's free. This week we are showcasing Nick's channel, so you get extra entries by going and visiting his Twitter and his YouTube account. So make sure to go do that. Check out his content. He's continually growing his channel like the rest of us. So big thanks to Nick for being this week's
pig.
awesome Eternia Archives person. Sorry. Yay!
Yeah.
Wait, who's Nick again? Which one?
He's the guy in the corner down there.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
that guy. Get a real beard.
And Ashi over here just throwing shots out.
Okay, so what's our next topic, Lane? What do we have left for today?
That's all. That's all for today, I think.
So it's
Yeah.
okay. What are you guys looking forward to playing this coming week? What are you gonna play?
I'm going to try and finish Trails of Cold Steel 3 this week. But if it's like you said, and it's actually longer than I think I have left.
So have you
maybe I won't
beat
be
the? There's an area where you have to split the party up into 3 spots. Have you done that dungeon?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so have you gone to the festival yet?
I'm currently doing that.
Okay, so you're almost there, and you're about to hit the most amazing story arc that the entire series has ever had. Like I was amazed when they went into that next part. If you don't love it, I don't know if we could be friends anymore.
Oh, I'm sure I will. Yeah,
If he doesn't love it, he'll be on Twitter talking about it.
Yeah,
more
Completely
like
out of
Anashi
context.
will be impersonating me on Twitter.
I'm only going to be putting your quotes on there. That's it. So,
okay, so you're gonna finish that. I don't know if I want to finish Mega Man X1. I hate the end of that game. I'm gonna play some more Ghost of Tsushima. I'm probably gonna start up playing some more Fairy Tail. I've actually had a lot of people on Twitter message me saying, "Hey, when are you gonna play some more Fairy Tail?" So, we will do that, and we'll see what the Twitter vote is for this week. That will be one of the Twitter vote games is Fairy Tail. So if it's high enough up, we will play that again. Otherwise, we'll throw some other games on the list.
Yeah, so my aim is to finish Ghost of Tsushima this week and maybe Minish Cap as well, since it is quite a short game. Well, like 15 hours or something like that, I heard. Or I know using Lane's bot. So, and definitely playing more of Divinity Original Sin 2 at some point as well. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's my week.
All right, Nick, what about you?
I'll be working on Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I just got my new HDMI capture card thing. I don't know what it's called exactly, but I
an
should be able.
Elgato.
No, it's like some no-name cheap thing off Amazon. Did you get yours, Rad?
Is this one?
Yes.
I've heard that one is actually really good.
Yeah.
Which
So-
one is
For
it?
the price.
I missed it.
It's like $20.
Yeah, there was a guy on YouTube that is just like praising the crap out of that cheapo card compared to
Yeah.
the Elgato.
I should be able to stream Persona with that. So once I'm done with Final Fantasy VII,
So actually,
I could finish that, and maybe Xenogears next.
that's cool.
Very nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
So, Einashi, if you can see again this week, what are you going to play?
So in the 1 hour I get to play games, I will probably play more of Xenoblade Chronicles. I have no idea where I'm at in it anymore. And then I still want to play Mercenary Saga.
Ooh, nice.
So those are the two games. I got distracted from Mercenary Saga because of Xenoblade, because of our last video when I found Xenoblade again. I'm like, oh, that's where it is. I want to play that again.
Yeah.
And I have no desire. I already put Paper Mario, Origami King on the shelf, and it's probably going to stay there for eternity and never play it again.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
I still want to play it though.
Don't.
At some
just
point.
Don't.
It looks so charming. I know that the battle system is a puzzle. It is not an RPG, but I don't know if I just want to try it.
Hey, Rad, I will mail you my copy so you could play it, and then you could just send it back when you're done.
Ooh, I mean, if you if you agree to that.
To me, I mean,
I'll let you borrow it. You can't have it though.
well, I'm working on a Mario RPG collection, so.
Well, that's not where you should start. I'm just saying.
Oh, I got a couple, but I need the original Paper Mario. I need Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, and Origami King, I think. Oh,
So
and
you
Color
need
Splash.
the first three that
Yeah.
are really, really expensive right now, $100 plus
Exactly.
games.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I need the 3D. I need the GameCube one, the Wii U one, and the 3DS one up. Actually, I've only got the first two, so.
Actually, my brother's got the Thousand Year Door. I could get that from him, but he has kids he wants to show it to, so.
I actually have Thousand Year Door in my GameCube right now, and that's I was playing that when I could actually get to that particular TV. But yeah, it's a really, really awesome game.
Yes.
Really enjoy that one. Though, if you should also look at all the Mario and Luigi games, because I think
I have
those are definitely better than the later Paper Mario games.
Agreed. Yep.
It looks
I
like
want-
Super Mario RPG is actually only running for about $53 loose right now.
Yeah, that's loose though. Who collects loose?
Me, I do.
Me?
If it's
The
not
Super
a card,
Nintendo? Yeah.
like, yeah, for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I got it loose, but I'm trying to find a box copy. If you have a box copy,
That
it'll
one's
give you
207.
I want a in-box Super Mario RPG one day.
Yeah.
I have it. I have a complete one. You can't have it. Sorry.
Where do you live?
I'll give you her address later because I have mailed things to her before.
Yeah, don't do that.
I will never do that, Callie.
Yeah, Ian and I bought some stuff. You need to send me the rest of your list. I need to buy those things we keep talking about. You keep saying you're too busy and you stab your eye and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that. I don't even remember what I had for you.
I don't
I might
either.
have sold some stuff.
Sad.
Hey, but Callie, can I interest you in maybe some Skylander or Skylander or
I-
Skylander or Skylander?
I have some Skylander games sealed with their figures still in it. I have some
Ooh,
of those.
I got this right here today.
I think I have that.
PS4 trap team Skylanders.
I have like 3 or 4 different Skylanders complete in box.
What's crazy is this goes for like $150 on Amazon.
I should sell it.
Crazy.
Like these games go for $40 to $60 on Amazon.
That's
That's
stupid.
insane.
This is dumb.
It's just parents want to buy for their kids and they don't want to go to GameStop or try to find it.
God, people are stupid.
New people being like the millennials, they don't like going to eBay and things like that a lot.
Yeah, eBay's shady.
Oh yeah, you have fun with eBay.
Yeah, I've been selling stuff. Oh, I already got like a fake copy of which one? Sticker Star.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a 3DS game, and it's
yeah. It had the case. The case was just
okay.
replacement
So is it?
case. Bad marketing.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, we've hit our 2-hour mark. I don't know if
Yep.
we have anything else we want to talk about, or if we want to just go through the socials one more time and close it out for the week.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so reminder, we do have a contest that is live and will be live all week for God Eater 2 and Bakugan for DS. If you go enter that on our Twitter page, it is free to enter. If you are in the contiguous US, you will get free shipping if you win. Also, congratulations to Sarah this week from New York for winning last week's contest for Breath of Fire 3 that Mario is holding up over there. So please go follow our Twitter pages. I am Callie_Zath for Callie Chronicles. Rad?
You can follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter as Rad Console Gaming.
Okay, Nick.
And I am on Twitter at HeatHaze_gaming, and I'm also on YouTube as Nick HeatHaze Gaming. So,
All right, Lane.
I am on YouTube as the Laninator, and contrary to popular belief, I do not have a Twitter account. I hate
he
Twitter.
does.
Let me say that again. I hate Twitter. These guys are conning me.
Next
But,
tweet.
yeah, I'm just on YouTube because I'm anti social media, I guess.
Yeah, so I post about 10 to 15 posts on Twitter a day.
An hour.
That's a lot. I post a lot. So Lane has a bot on our Discord that posts all of our. So I don't think Ain understood how much I was on Twitter, but I post a lot of relevant stuff, and obviously today's International Cat Day. So, Einashi, what about your socials?
Einashi on Twitter, Instagram. I post on there a lot. And then my YouTube is also Einashi. Links should be in the description below. This week coming up on my YouTube, I have about 160 more Nintendo DS games I am unboxing. I recently bought a collection from someone who has a complete collection from Nintendo DS, and she had 398 extra games, all unique games. Most of them are just filler trash, but she sent me 4 more boxes, and they should have been here today, but they weren't. So look forward to that this week, and I don't know what else I'm going to be doing. Maybe some live thrifting.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody.
So real quick,
sorry.
When I do finish Cold Steel 3, I will be doing a review video on that game. But I stress that if you have not played the prior games, I would just not watch the video. It's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. So I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Got it.
I need to play those.
They're good games.
Me too.
I'll see your review on 2024.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week. You can find our VOD of this on our YouTube channel at the Eternia Archives. It will also be posted on Anchor to Spotify and several other places. So I think that's it for this week. Thanks everybody for showing up, and we will see you next week at 8 p.m. Central Time on Saturday.